Good evening. Good evening, everybody. How are you? What's up? What's happening? Of course. I've been coughing today. Ah, allergies, ocean water, something. How is everyone? Hi, Angela Atkinson. Angela says good night, buttercups. Hi, Angela. Good to see you. Hi, Juanita. Good evening, Nonya and chat family. Good evening. And Marion, good evening, Marion. Hi, Nature. How are you? How are you? Isn't tonight moderator night or something? Good evening and night to Nonya and chat. I hope everyone had a good day and ready to wind down. Can you guys say hello to Stephanie? She is under the weather. If you just say hi, Stephanie, that would be cool. Pretty nice. Hi, Gwen. Welcome in. I hope you had a good day today, Gwen. Wait, Gwen, what are you doing here? You're supposed to be somewhere else. Did you finish early? You're a busy lady. Good to see you, Gwen. I'm glad you're here. Please hit the like button if you haven't already. And Nature says, hi, Angela, Juanita, and Marion. And then Nature is saying hello to Gwen. You know, I learned today you're supposed to, well, not supposed to, but some of the people, I guess, who have podcasts on YouTube, they say wait until you have a certain number of likes before you go live. I learned the strangest things on there. Really interesting. Marion, how was your day? And how are you feeling after your, procedure or whatever it was a while back? I hope you're good. Hi, Passion. Welcome in. Welcome in, everybody. So, did you guys have a good day in Skitland today? I just saw. Hi, Ruth. Welcome in. Good to see you. This morning, didn't I see you, Ruth, this morning? Thank you for coming back, Ruth. And I love your comments. But you know that because I was following you in the fan base audience today. Ruth was on it. You have good comments. I like them. Hi, Michelle Barnes. How are you? Gwen says, please hit, smash, tap, poke, push, or like. Light it up. Hit the like button, everybody. We don't have Stephanie here to sing the song with me, so since I can't sing, I'm not going to even give it a try. How's everyone's day? Marion says, let's wind down. Ooh, was a hurricane? A hurricane drink or a hurricane? Somebody was having, I think that was Nancy, having bad weather. Yesterday, was it? I think it was going to storm where she lived. I believe so. So here's everyone saying hello. Nature says I'm good. I'm doing good today. I was just trying to catch up on a few skits. Yeah, I like the one that I just saw of Tamara and Shayla. And Tamara's questioning the way Wayne talks to her. Is she going to flip a table tomorrow? As he set a trigger on Tamara. She might flip out tomorrow. Is that a warning? Hi, Alani. Welcome in. How are you? You know, I called you Alan last week for some reason, Alani. And I apologize for that because I know your name's Alani. And then Deborah. Good evening, Deborah. How are you? Deborah. Deborah. How are you doing? Good night, Nonya and chat family. And Stephanie, do feel better soon, my sister. Yeah, please feel better, Steph. We send you love, honey. So, hi, Stephanie. I hope you feel better. And then Betty saying hello, our Nature saying hello. So, Stephanie, there's some love for you. Hi, Almez. Welcome in. Hi, Mary. Hi, Mary. Almez, how was your day? I hope you had a good day at work. Now, why are my comments way up here in the top? I don't know what they do to these screens. Every time I bring it up, it's different these days. Oh, that's so sweet. Hey, Stephanie, hope you feel better soon. Gwen sending you hearts and tea, coffee, flowers. That's sweet. So, how are the skits for everybody? Hi, Sharony. Good evening. I was trying to get everyone to support Larry, on the Bethany skits. Mm, he got snookered by Bethany again. I think, Sharony, if that's what you mean. I think she hoodwinked him. I do. Mm-hmm. Angela Atkinson says, "Hey, Stephanie." Everybody's saying, "Hey, Stephanie." Yeah, and the Bethany storyline, you know, Sharony, to be honest, I think Bethany planned that to a T. Because, I mean, she already had the timing down because she scheduled it when Brooke was leaving. But, I mean, I'm not going to go into it, but I kind of think Bethany did it on purpose. And I think she paid Duchess to bring Destiny home. I thought that before I even saw, I went over to Ayana today. But I thought that even before, that Bethany was going to find a way to get Larry to be around her. So, Sharony, did what was in the package? Is it Larry's copy of the divorce papers, or did Bethany's storyline, or did he already get it? What's in the package that Brooke was supposed to accept? I never found that out. Do you guys know what's in there? Yeah, the Bethany storyline. I think she snookered him, Sharony. I really do. I hate to say it, but yeah. I mean, she got rid of Destiny. Larry's going to come to where she is. And she's been pushing him for how long now? And she finally got her wish. Larry's going to show up. Or at least she's going to come home and it's just going to be her and Larry. Think she's going to try to give him some yes, ma'am? I think I put that in the comments over in your chat, family, on Ayana. So you think that's not the case, Sharon E? Ruth says yes. I'm curious what you think, Sharon E. I feel great. You've been going to orthotherapy? Is it orthotherapy you're going to once a week? No, I did. No, I did not have a good day in Skitland. Oh, no, D and Roan. Yeah. Now, Sade met some guy. I didn't even watch it. I don't know if it was good or not. Now they're going to go mess it around. But D and Roan are funny. They really are funny together. Let's see. Mary says, good evening, everyone. Hi, Donna Robinson. Welcome in. Hey, Just My Opinion. How are you doing? Good evening, everyone. Why is this sitting way up here in the sky? The message, you see where it's sitting? It's sitting high for some strange reason. Maybe it's the way I have the screen split today. I was watching Tamara and Shayla's conversation. Me too. I think Tamara's going to change up tomorrow. That's just nature. I think she's about to flip the switch. So let's see what happens, because I think that's what's coming. Because she's clearly bothered by what Wayne keeps saying. And I wonder, is he saying it on purpose? Wayne's seen her light up before. Is that why he's pushing her like he is? What? Wayne, I know you don't expect Tamara to fight for you. Nature, that couldn't be it, could it? Tell me no. Wayne wants somebody to box over him? Cut it out, Wayne. But yeah, but I think Tamara's gonna have something up her sleeve probably tomorrow. And let's see. Hi, Chris. How are you? Welcome in. Welcome in. Sharony Bethany planned that whole thing to get Larry for herself. I think she did too. Because, I mean, it's too pat. It's too pat. It's perfect. Lauren is acting like Regina George, the main antagonist on the movie Mean Girls. She is. Hurricane drink, no Amber and Dave again. What's going on? I wonder what's going on. Maybe it's just taking time. And Amber still didn't look really healed today. Maybe she was sick or something. She's not. She didn't seem 100%. Hi, Minister Yolanda. Good evening, everybody. My day was good until Bethany called Larry with that sugar honey iced tea. Are you guys surprised? You're Bethany experts. How are you guys going to be surprised at what Bethany did? Sunshine, just my opinion, says Angela Atkinson. Hello. And Donna Robinson saying hello as well. Juanita is saying hello to Gwen, Angela, Mary, and Ruth, Nature, and Dolly. Excuse me. So I'm fighting with I'm always fighting with something, huh? But then knock on wood, I'm never sick. I don't know. Gwen dang sure did plan that. She even manipulated Duchess into making Destiny go home. She probably paid Duchess money because there's no way Duchess would have made that girl come home like that. But Sharony, you have a different take on it, Sharony? You think it just fell into place that way? I mean, seriously, I'm really curious. Tamara needs to not give Wayne and Lauren any energy. Just do her and make her money. I agree. I mean, it's like, to heck with both of them. They deserve each other. Let them stay together. But Tamara wants payback? I mean, for the way Wayne is treating her? Is that what it is? Because I hope she don't want that raggedy little Dennis the Menace back. You guys know who Dennis the Menace is? You know Dennis the Menace, the little kid that used to be on, black and white TV back in the day until it turned color? The little redhead kid with the freckles, it was bad. Always messing with, what's his name, Mr. Wilson. that's what it reminds me of, Dennis the Menace. Marion said, like the advocates gave Tamara and kind of taking her under her wing. And there were a few people saying that they stood with Lauren, and there's nothing wrong with it. I mean, you pick who you like, right? But Lauren's been meddling. She's been meddling Tamara. And I think she needs to probably leave Tamara alone, because if we think about it, remember she beat Sarah up? I know Lauren's a big girl, but you can be nice to a point. And then for some people, when that breaking point comes, they do crash out on you. And I think Tamara might be entering that zone. And she just keeps picking with her like she's not going to do anything. So you might want to reconsider, Lauren, what you're doing, because you can pick up a person that's larger than you when you're angry. Yeah, you sure can. Dolly says, evening notices chat, it's time to unwind during the wind down. I am. And feel better, Stephanie. Feel better, Stephanie. And that is from Just My Opinion. Yes, do feel better, my sister. Nature says, I think Tamara wonders if she is somehow forgotten or referring to her as a representative of nobodies. and she doesn't want to be viewed the wrong way. Because a lot of times, I mean, that's kind of how Amber gets treated because she has a good heart, right? So people feel they can just run over you. And there are people who think that they take kindness for weakness, or when you stand back and you just try to, not cause any kind of commotion. And believe it or not to talk about me, but I was kind of like that. I wasn't timid, but Tamara doesn't come across as timid. She comes across as classy, you know. But I was kind of like, not a loudmouth when I was younger until I was a loudmouth because I got sick of them girls. And then it just brought out a part of me that I couldn't put back in the bottle. I mean, I'm calm now. I just talk a lot. Shayla's reading the Bible. Yeah, how about you repent? They really are trying to whitewash Shayla. Yes, they are, Donna. Yes, they are. And we're wanting, I say we're wanting to see this huge, I don't know, karma, wrath, smack Shayla. Shayla's karma is going to be Amon. And it's not going to be I don't think it's going to be what we are hoping for, like an Amber moment. Shayla's moment is going to be a lesson that she learns. Like Wayne told us, Iman is going to be Shayla's lesson. And I think that that's where they're going with it. I don't think we're going to see any huge crash out for Shayla. I just don't feel it. And I want Shayla to meet King also. And then the flip side of the coin was I'm sorry, I had to use my inhaler. The flip side of the coin, someone stated, was King and Tamara shouldn't because Delicia and King used to mess around. But they didn't mess around. They went on a few dates, but he knew she was in a situationship with Iman and Shayla, and he wouldn't touch her. He didn't spend money on her, not really. He just got to know her, and he liked her for who he saw that she really was. But now she finds herself in this situation. But there were a couple of dates. I don't consider that, and she's not really friends. To Delicia is trying to be Tamara's friend, but only because of Jarvis, I think. Because Delicia wants something. And so she comes across like she's trying to recruit Tamara, taking her, and also so that Tamara doesn't tell on Lauren. So there's something in it for Delicia, right? And so as far as King, I don't know. Let me know what you guys think. Do you think there's like this girl code with Delicia and Tamara? I don't see it. I honestly don't, because nothing happened. I mean, they went on a few dates and that was it. So I don't have a problem with Tamara and King. Nothing happened. They didn't do anything. Went on a couple of dates. They liked each other, but he wasn't trying to have a hoochie mama. You guys ever heard of a hoochie mama? Dolly, you ever heard of that? It's hot in here. Tamara needs to meet King. I agree, Yolanda. I think so. Because Tamara's not looking for money. King's not looking for punani. They're looking for love, basically. Tamara needs to hop off the Wayne train, like Amber said. Wayne will always be Wayne. And I agree with that. And if she doesn't listen this time, unless she's got a point to prove, and then she can move on, because some people got to get their lick back, right? Is Tamara just trying to get her lick back and then she can move on? Is that what's going to make her feel better? But it's whatever it is, it's bugging her. I think Tamara is like the girl next door, But isn't that why Wayne liked her? Like she was 90s kind of fine, or 80s kind of fine, 90s kind of fine, whatever he said. But yeah, she's like the girl next door. Hi, Vanetta. Welcome in. Good night, Nonya. Oh, feel better, Stephanie. Everyone wants you to feel better, Stephanie, but we probably won't see Stephanie because she's in bed ill. So Shayla's getting into is it the holy word she's getting into? Like, it sounds like she was reading a Bible study book to me. But at least she's reading it, right? It's a good step in the right direction. I agree. She acknowledged that she has anger and she easily gets triggered. Shayla, it might be a good idea to go get your psych medication also. We can't forget Shayla needs psych medication. And that's why her mom has the medical proxy. And why her sister asked her, are you taking your psychiatric medicine? And why she asked, even though, God can cure all, and she asked Diesel what kind of medication he was taking, right? So I love that she's reading, but I wish that she would go get whatever medication she's supposed to be taking, or at least go to the doctor to see if she's okay, because to be honest, she's not okay. Not with that conversation she had yesterday with Amon. That conversation was not okay. That was a threat, a direct threat, and she was not playing with him on. So I understand, you want the need to get rid of the anger issues. I get that. I've prayed, about, being more patient with people, because we go through phases in life, and I came from very humble and quiet spoken because I carried my feelings like here. They're still there sometimes, but yeah, it was a roller coaster for me to get tough. But at least I did it at a young age. Tamara's in her 30s, but I think Tamara, if she doesn't do something, she's going to snap. If Shayla doesn't get her medication, she's going to snap. So if you're in the bushes, please hit the like button. I appreciate you. Please do come out. We are setting up the hospitality suite now. And we do have cookies and popcorn and water. We've got juice, coffee, tea. So come on out and hit the like button if you would. It won't cost you nothing. You can get it for free. Hey, I learned that part, Stephanie. Did you hear me? I did good. Stephanie can give me a pat on my back. I got it right. I can't get that little jingle right to save my neck. Okay, so we think they're going to try to take them all down. Feel better, Stephanie. Missing you, Stephanie. Feel better. I miss her too. Mary says, good evening, everyone. Good evening, Denise. Hi, Denise Almez. Passion says, love how Amber encouraged Tamara. And think about it, Passion. Amber's been standing with Tamara for how long now? Since she's been friends with Shayla. And I'm still wondering, what is Amber standing by Tamara for? Like, there's a reason. She's very protective of Tamara, even though Tamara chose to the other side of the fence. But Amber is being Amber, and she is very protective of Tamara. But is it because of Wayne? Is that what it is? Because Amber knows Wayne better than probably anybody? Yeah, I think it might be because of Wayne. What do you guys think? I love how she encouraged Tamara as well. And she keeps doing it. Or if something's going on, Amber will get up and she'll go walk and stand near Tamara. But that's who Amber is. So I guess she's, focused on Tamara being okay. And that's one thing about Amber that people miss. They don't realize she's a nice person. They just want to bash her. Yeah, right? It's like she's a nice lady. So, but we shall see. Ahmed says my day was good. Marion West says Amber left a nugget about Tamara meeting her king. I heard it. I heard it today, Marion. Maybe she'll meet her king. I caught it, girl. I caught it. Sure did, Marion. Boy, boy, we're good at this. Sure did catch it. My day was good. I feel like we just got home from our meeting, except I did do, you know, some work on my programs, but not work, just kind of fixing the titles up. And the one thing I have noticed is that skit reviews, the short 10 minutes, nobody's ever really gets that many like views and stuff. Maybe people don't. I mean, that's something we're supposed to do. Maybe people don't really like skit reviews. I'm glad they like our chat though. People read the chat, so I appreciate the views that we get on the chats. I truly, truly do, because the chats are what they put me over every time. The hours, they're called earn hours, because the chats are long and I love doing them, and I was told my interaction was good. So if you guys ever want to see anything added or modified, or just any ideas, just let me know, and then we'll see if we can incorporate them. I even thought about making a podcast at first, but a podcast is totally different than the way we do it, because here we get to just, you guys speak your mind on whatever you're thinking about. There are no individual paragraphs, no sub paragraphs that we're supposed to stay in line for. We can just chat, and that's what I wanted us to do. If you are out there and not hit the like button, please hit the like button. I appreciate it very much. And let's see. Amber should be the podcast leader. She is the most reliable. She is. But, Wayne did look at her, because I think Wayne was more afraid to ask her. He looked at her a couple of times to be the leader. And Amber goes, like, she looks away like, don't ask me. It's your mess. But there were 2 times that I remember him looking at Amber. And she's like, kind of looked away, turned her head like, don't ask me. But yeah, Amber would be a very good podcast leader. And if you think about it, Amber and Tamara, when they were at Dave's house, they did the assignments for everybody. Delicia didn't do it. Nope. Delicia and Lauren, they haven't done it. Well, Delicia did do some emails or something. Lauren has done nothing. Shayla tried. She talked a lot. I mean, she had good intentions, I think, but they would always do something different. But yeah, Amber would be great. I would like to see Amber go do her own podcast, but she's got her businesses to worry about, right? And I want to see the room. I want to see her room also that Ernestine set up. So maybe Ernestine's on vacation or something. Maybe it's me, but the podcast skits are boring and I don't see how they make it something people will enjoy. Yeah, that's why Wayne's depending on the negativity, because adversity sells. Look at all the clickbait we see. Adversity sells. And they are boring. All we do is see them talking about, like, maybe the first episode will feel differently, is what I'm hoping. Because it is boring, Donna. It's like everything will be exposed before the podcast even starts. Everybody is someone. There's no such thing of anyone being a nobody. Tamara was upset of being told that she takes the back seat. Not everyone likes to be in the front to be seen. Exactly. Just like, was it day before yesterday, was it? When Amber was in the background and she didn't look so hot? You don't always have to be in the front to be noticed. But I get what Tamara is saying, because Lauren is out there in your face and Tamara's not. and she's taking it away based on what Wayne is saying. Is he trying to push Tamara? Let Tamara be Tamara, Wayne. Just like you say, you are about that life. You're about the game. Leave Tamara alone. She's not your girlfriend. Why you keep messing with her? Amber did tell her God will make her meet her king. And that's exactly what I took away also. She's going to meet King, and Wayne's going to be in his feelings. And Lauren, I think you got a 30-day notice, honestly. Because Wayne will dump you in a minute. How can he date anybody like Wayne? Maybe Wayne was speaking of Tamara's personality. He was, but that's not. I think Tamara's up and down as far as being feisty and not feisty or whatever. But she was perfect for him at first, but then she wasn't when she started talking smack to him. Now he wants to have the smack talking Tamara back, I think, when Tamara was going off on him about stuff, because Wayne's just a spoiled brat. I don't know. But Tamara's not always like that. She's a lot of different things, you know? She's a lot of different things. She's honeypot. She's Damien's ex-girlfriend. She's a fighter. She can rock and roll. She was queen of the trap house. And it's like she's got so many different colors, like a rainbow. And I think that she has, you know how you'll take a step to the back just to get out of the limelight? I think that's what she has done. And maybe that's what Wayne was talking about. But I wish he'd leave her alone. I do. I wish he would leave her alone. And I hope she does meet King. Sharony says, I think it was, but I think they're trying to stop running that storyline. And if we can support them by sending an email to Wayne or Chase. You mean for the Bethany storyline? Sharony? You mean for the Bethany storyline? Yeah, because I thought Bethany was leaving. What happened? Is she not leaving now? Like, what's going on? Hi, Alexis. Welcome in. Hi, Jen. Tamara's about to go super dark. And do we want her to, though, and turn into a villain? Because some of us did say when they first broke up, Tamara is going to enter her villain stage. Are we there yet? Like the movie, are we there yet? Is she going to go into her villain mode? And Lauren needs to be careful because, wait a minute, Lauren doesn't know that Tamara has Dan's phone number. Is that right? I know Delicia knows, but Facebook already made a pic earlier. They should have got posted enough times. We want Tamara with King. And let Wayne eat his heart out. Because this time, this will be the second one that he really liked and lost. Because he still likes Tamara. Whether he wants to just play the game or whatever he likes to do, Dennis the Menace is going to do what Dennis the Menace wants to do. Oh, and did I tell you all, I received a subscription, buy me a cup of coffee, that little donation thing. And I got a really nice donation from someone I don't know, a subscriber. And it was really cute. I know some of you have heard this, but it said, whoever he or she is always in the bushes, and they're sending me a donation from the bushes. And that was just so sweet. But yeah, he said, I'm always in the bushes. That was nice. That was really nice. And it said he really likes our chat. So, or she, I don't know which one it was. If you are in the bushes, would you hit the like button? And is Dan in there in the bushes with you? Is Dan there? Dan was in the woods the last time we saw him. Yes, that's a perfect match. Well, from what we can probably see. And these boxes are just way too big. Wow, my goodness gracious. Lauren is telling Delicia she needs to find out where her loyalty lies. She's going to humble Shayla. She says she basically notified Delicia of her plans to tell Shayla. Oh, so Lauren threw the gauntlet down, did she? Today, Marion? Lauren is too much. She's very full of herself. Very full of herself. Yeah, I think King's about to be Tamara's king. And then Nature says, Daniela, Denisha finding out about Delicia, and Aman will put a twist. If she tells Anthony, Anthony might have the audacity to seek Shayla more. Because if Shayla's going to lose, I mean, Aman's, if it's true to hold, and Aman is Shayla's lesson, then Aman's not coming back. And as much as we want, as much as we want Delicia to tell that her and Aman both to tell Shayla, if we think about it, I remember the conversation that Delicia and Aman had last night. Aman basically stated, okay, he tried to do what he could do with Shayla yesterday, but at the end of the night when he was talking to her, he said his brand has already been made, like with his podcast. So he's got his brands done, his branding, the whole bit. And he's telling Delicia to go tell Shayla. And Delicia's like, well, what about the podcast? Blah, blah, blah. That tells me that Aman's not worried about her branding. He's got his done already. He's not worried about hers getting done. So go ahead and tell everybody. It'll hit social media. And guess who's going to lose business? It'll be Delicia. And Aman does not care. Or he didn't think about it. Because he's all done. He's got his all set up. But he wants Delicia to out them so everybody knows. And then how's Delicia going to get work? Who's going to want their man working with Delicia? And that is how I took it. And I think that is what he said. I'm pretty sure. Because if you look at that skit again, you'll hear him say his branding is done. But he wants Delicia to go and let it out. So he's already made, right? Delicia is trying to get made. And if either of them let it out, then Delicia doesn't have a chance in heck. Think about that, right? Yes, Aminata, we say that it was longing to hug Amber. And I think so. And he felt good when Amber hugged him. He ran over there like a little kid in the cookie store, candy store. Loyal Diva, Wayne should rehire DC for security. That would be a good idea, except he might bring Rosie with him. She might not let him go freely. Yeah, she might not let him go. Gwen has lots of snacks out there. Thank you, Gwen. Those look beautiful. Oh, she's got snow cones too. If you're in the bushes, come on out. It's fine. As long as you don't bash anybody, it's fine. You can come out. It's okay. Hi, Trizzy Trey. How are you? Let's see. Welcome to my channel. I'm Nonyasis and Trizzy Trey, what you got? We keep forgetting the fact Aman went after Delicia. No, we didn't forget. Trust me, we didn't forget. But yeah, he went after Delicia. No, he did. Agree 100%. And the other thing that people do forget is that when he did break up with Shayla for that day and a half or 2 days, and he went after Delicia when she was styling him or whatever, and then they went to LA. his mind was set on getting Delicia on board with him. And they were at Delicia's Airbnb, and everything was flowing. It was great. It was good. He wasn't like worried about Shayla. But then when he decided to stay at Wayne's house that night and Delicia found out he stayed there, remember when she crashed out in the bathroom? I think that right there did something to Delicia also, because he's over there talking about marriage and meeting his kids and bought Delicia's child some tennis shoes, the whole bit, right? And she crashed out, and she crashed hard, because she believed him. Hell, I believed him. Excuse my French, ladies. I believed him. So I think that put a little bit of a twist on it. But at the end of the day, it's still the same thing. She's got to get branded. And he did offer her money to stick around. And she said yes, even though, Morgan and Abigail told her don't do it. But so now she's got to deal with the fallout if it comes out that she's messing with Amon. But yeah, Amon definitely went after Delicia. Absolutely. Absolutely right. Thank you for your comment. I like that because it is very true. And Wayne was petty, saying that no one had a successful marriage, aiming that comment at Amber and at Shayla. Shayla was sitting right next to Amber. Remember, Marion? He was looking at Amber, and Shayla was sitting right there. Yeah, he's just petty. He can't leave Amber alone to save his neck, It's like, man, move on. The girl got a new man. That woman has a new man. She's not thinking about you or Anthony. Just give her divorce. She'll be fine. My schedule. Please join me. I'm Nonya. You can call me Nonya Sis Chat or Nonya, either one. I am on Monday through Friday. I do take Saturday and Sunday off because I like to spend time with my husband. I want to see him sometime. We want to see each other sometime. I on for the wind down at 7 Pacific time, 10 Eastern, and 9 CST. So we're doing wind down now. We kind of calm down from the skits. And I think one of my plans, once September does what September's going to do, crossing my fingers, toes, and saying a prayer, maybe we'll have like a movie Friday or Wednesday or something, but we can show maybe like 3 partial skits, but I'm going to trash the video. I'm not going to try to erase it and all that. Yeah, I learned my lesson because it's like 3 layers deep. It's layered and YouTube can see it. I know people run video all the time, but since I'm new, I don't want to do that right now. I just want things to work out. And plus I've incorporated new YouTube rules into my channel. So in a way, that's a blessing. I don't have to receive these notifications to change this, change that, because that should be ready. I shouldn't have video anywhere. So if I get a video link that you put in the on the community board, I'm not gonna keep the link on the board because I don't want the people who review the channels to go in and say, you've got some Facebook, links on here that links us to Facebook videos, because they'll say something. They do. YouTube is pretty strict, where Facebook isn't as strict. YouTube's strict. And I am going to put my shorts back on with my music, as you know I love. But I'm not going to put the older ones back on. It's going to pick them up. And then I'm going to change them out and do them a little differently. But I am going back. And I'm not going to leave them up for a long time. And, just to stay on the safe side, I'm going to do that. Gwen, thank you. And then we do what's called Tea with Me, Tea with Nonya, in the mornings. So I'm in California. So I come on at 9 o'clock Pacific time, and that would be 12 o'clock Eastern and 11 o'clock CST. So I do 2 lives per day. And they're about 2 hours, 2.5 hours, depending on what we're talking about. The podcast they're a little boring, but maybe they're just trying to get things out on the table, so we can have an idea of what to expect, I guess. But yeah, they're a little on the boring side. The hospitality room is open for the people in the bushes. Hi, people in the bushes. Come on out. It's okay. It feels great. And I just can't get over the person who made the donation and said they were in the bushes making the donation. That was so cute. And then Wayne telling Anthony, and Shayla might be in your bushes. And Anthony looks around to see if Shayla's behind him. I almost fell out the chair laughing at that one. That was a good one. But Gwen says we have drinks and snacks available. She did put on the screen. She's got cookies, popcorn. She's got water, wine, either a mimosa or a pina colada, some tea. She's got lots of snacks. So come on out. Hit the like button for me, please. See if we can get to 100 tonight. If you don't mind, I appreciate you for that. Oh, and did you hear Wayne when he was talking about, I put Celebrate Me on my short for the video portrait. I put that song Celebrate Me on there. And they were talking about Celebrate Candace today. Thanks, Wayne. So, I like when they use all of our comments because they do use what we say. And we know it, but they seem to be getting more obvious. They use different content creators from everywhere and chat families and even the fan base. They use things out of that. So it's a good feeling to see that I think that's their way of acknowledging us. And Skitlana was on this morning. She was here with Miss B and I. And I hope you guys had fun. I know we were talking a lot, but it was fun. And I hope it didn't drive you guys crazy. Nature, exactly. Take her out and celebrate. And then Just My Opinion says, how can Wayne make Delicia the leader when it was Tamara's idea? Exactly. I agree. Because he's being petty. That shows you how petty he is. It's like he acts as though Tamara did something to him. Really? Come on, Wayne. Tamara didn't do anything to him. He acts like Tamara did something to him. Selfish and self-centered just a little bit, maybe. Just a little bit. Trizzy Trey, what if it was mutually done? Delicia was hanging out with Amon in the woods with her and smoking trees. They were getting to know each other and talking, which Amon felt a better connection. He did, but he did go after Delicia. We saw that part, but they were getting to know each other better because they had something in common, right? They had that in common and they bonded over smoking. But they didn't act on it until Amon decided to act on it. And then he, or did he? Did they have that dinner first before they started smoking together? Remember when he cooked dinner for Delicia? Were they smoking together then? But at any rate, they were hanging out and they were getting to know each other. That's true. But Amon did hit on her directly when she was styling him. But when she was styling him, they weren't smoking. Am I correct? They hadn't started smoking together yet. Did I get that wrong? Somebody let me know. But when she was styling is when he started hitting on her. And she said no at first. Shayla, truly keeping the breakup between her and Amon a secret from Amber. Why? But Amber does know, Loyal. Amber knows, but she is keeping it. I think she's ashamed. She's probably ashamed. And Amber might say, go on over there and get Anthony. I can see Amber telling her that. Go get Anthony. Yeah, he's over there with Denisha. Go ahead and get him. You can go get him. I don't care. Right? But Loyal, yeah, I think there's a couple of reasons she's keeping that away from Amber. I agree with you. Thanks for the donation for Nonya from the Bushes. Yeah, that was so sweet. And it really did make me chuckle. I like that. I did respond back, of course, to say thank you. But it was just so cute how they did it. If you're in the bushes, please hit the like button. We appreciate you for that. It does help the channel. And we actually do have a cool channel. We don't bash and stuff. I mean, I might talk smack sometimes. We all do. But we don't bash and stuff, you know. That's why we call it Wind Down. Because we try to just chill. Sometimes we talk about music. We've talked about food. We've talked about women's issues. We've talked about music a couple of times. And sometimes we just shoot the breeze, you know. It's all good. And that's why I set the channel up this way. Because sometimes you get burned out on skits. And sometimes the skits are boring. Aunt Tamara's about to slap Wayne in the face. Alexis, she might. She might. She sure would go up against Damien. Minister Yolanda, Gwen, all right, a glass of wine. It is then. Oh, that's so sweet. That's so sweet. I'll take some water, Gwen. You slide some my way. And let's see. Just my opinion. What did you say, my dear? Amon has done more for Delicia than Shayla. Just like Anthony did more for Shayla than Amber. And the thing about it, Amber never asked because she's not that one that's going to ask you for money and all that. She's not that one, right? Shayla will ask you. Shayla has no shame. And there's nothing wrong with you if you want to ask. If you say, I need this, and you ask for it and they give it to you, so be it. You know, I mean, who are we to judge about whether somebody asked something or not? But he gave it to Delicia, and Delicia didn't ask, right? And then Shayla wanted a car like Delicia. And I was like, it's not happening. So I think he was already set in LA before he broke her heart in LA when they were in Beverly Hills. He had already decided he liked Delicia, but he slipped up and he stayed at Wayne's house. And that's how he ended up back with Shayla. But I think then, yeah, he wanted to be with Delicia. And they remember when they were in the backyard having those conversations about marriage and family and his kids and all this, blah, 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 blah. And you could tell he liked Delicia, but he slipped and he should have left and went to their Airbnb or hotel or whatever. But he slipped and stayed, and then he got suckered back in because he did not think Shayla was the way Wayne described her. And nobody told him to stay there. He just kept on going back for the yes, ma'am. Yeah, so totally agree with you, just my opinion. That's sweet how Brooke is checking on Destiny. They're talking about missing each other already. But you know what? Brooke pissed me off today. I mean, she gets mad when Destiny gets attention. Brooke's going to bump her head. When she goes to get ready to go to school, she's going to bump her head big time. And that's going to bring her down a few notches because, you know, I mean, she's full of herself, you know. Some kids get that way. They turn 18, they're privileged, and they just do. Most of them will bump their heads and wake up, especially if you go to school and say she can't find her class, can't find her residence dorm, and she gets lost. You better learn how to get around the campus. Otherwise, you're going to be in trouble. See, my daughter went to U of A, and that whole city is the university, right? And I was like, how do you get around this place? Because it's the whole city. That's the university. And they just figure it out. So get ready, Brooke. That's sweet. Yeah, I love their relationship. Trizzy Trey says, yes, they had been smoking. LOL, that's how they got close. And it was before the dinner he made. But it wasn't before when she styled him though, right? She styled him first, and then that's when he expressed interest in her. Were they smoking then? When she was styling him for those 2 or 3 suits? Had they started? I don't think they had started smoking then. Hey, Keisha. Hi, lady. I don't think they had yet. They had better conversations too. They did. I mean, they were meshing like super cool. They were super good together. But I was trying to remember. I think it's when, because she didn't know he liked her until he was styled. She was styling him for the suits. But I don't think they were smoking yet, right? When she was styling him, because that's the day he told her that he liked her. And she was like, no, no, Amon. Yeah, they did. They had good conversations. And I honestly thought they were going to be together. So I was totally shocked in LA. I was totally shocked in LA when he didn't leave when Delicia left. But I don't think he expected to get trapped. And Keisha says, all Shayla did was, camp, whine about Buddy and Amber around that time. Mm-hmm. And now she don't want anything to do with Buddy. She wanted mine. But like Wayne said, this is going to be her lesson. So I think she might want to not threaten him anymore. I know my review yesterday was, Julia says, yes, they were smoking before then. You mean before she was styling him, they were smoking already? Is that what you mean, Juliet? They were smoking before then? Okay. Hi, Clara. Welcome in. Thanks, Juliet. Let's see. Nature says, I wonder if Delicia and Iman were being flirty at the start, but it was just being overlooked. Well, she was always sitting next to him in the house. There, I didn't see out, when they first started going to Aman's house, I didn't see them outright flirting, but she would always be sitting next to Aman, so I think they were maybe kind of feeling each other, but not acting on it yet. But I'm still kind of stuck on okay, there we go. He did pursue her once she started to dress him and invited her over for dinner. But were they smoking at that time? They weren't, right? They weren't smoking then. It was after she styled him. Is that right? I mean, not that it's critical, but Nature, yes, you are correct. Shayla drew them closer together. She did. She did. And all the bragging she was doing about the NBA player, that was her boyfriend. And then Shayla hit the joint, right? And grabbed her neck. She thought she had cancer in her neck. That was funny. That scene was funny. I laughed about that one. Shayla's actually, when she does funny skits, she's actually good at it. To be honest, she does make you laugh. I mean, if you can get past the fact that, we don't like Shayla, she can be funny. Because that scene was hilarious. Lawrence being calculating and vindictive, threatening to expose Delicia and Amon. Mm-hmm. And just wait till she finds out Dan is in the bushes. Dan's in the bushes waiting for you, Lauren. And Wayne. Please hit the like button if you're in the bushes. You can come out. It's good. The weather's fine. I don't bite hard. Hi, Terrain. How are you? It's hot in here. You guys give me a second. I'm going to pull my fan over. Okay. Give me just a second. I'll be right back. Right back. Okay. My apologies. Can't turn on the air conditioner. It'll do the whole house, and then my bill will be $500. That would be cool. Okay. Hey, Tyrone. What's happening? What's happening? Gwen speaking. Clara speaking to Tyrone. Dave had a recent Facebook pic with his daughter practicing shooting her hoops. Was that yesterday when they were having all the parties for Dave and Amber on Facebook? Miss B, are you in the chat? Is Miss B here? Do you guys see Miss B? Miss B, if you're in the chat, I'm going to put a comment in here. Come on up and hang out with me, lady. Please, please, please. Miss B, if you're here, here is a link for you. Let me see. Let's see. Thank you, Stephanie. See, Stephanie's supposed to be at home sleeping. And she's over here playing moderator. Supposed to be asleep, Stephanie. And Loyal, let's see. Loyal Diva O's. Shayla put them together. Basically, she did. Well, she did by default. She did by default. Because, and she did, actually, she dated an NBA player in real life, a different one also. But yeah, and she says she styled LeBron and some other stuff. Miss B, are you coming in to hang out? If you are, I put a link in for you. It's at the bottom. Hi, Layla. How are you, Ms. Grant? Ms. Grant. Oh, you're laying down, Miss B. Okay, sweetheart. All right, Miss B. So Miss B's laying down. She probably had enough of us this morning. Okay, Miss B, thank you. And thanks for hanging out with us today. So we had Miss B today, and we had Skitlana this morning also. Well, when I did it at 12, because I couldn't come in at 9. I was doing something else. So Miss B hung out with Skitlana and I. We had fun. How's it going, Layla? I hope everything's good with you. Dan is standing behind me. We're in Buckhead. Dan is in Buckhead. Juliet. Dan's he's gonna catch them. It just annoys me that Shayla keeps saying you approached me on that porch like things can't change. Yeah, but that's the thing, Trizzy, Trey 3, is that Shayla puts those things in her mind and then she believes them. Yeah. All he did was speak to her. And Shayla, she's flirtatious, but she did the same thing with like Anthony. She made it in her mind that Anthony came after her, but Amber triggered her mind like not too long ago. No, you went after Anthony, but it gets twisted, and then she believes it, and that I think is part of her mental imbalance where she needs to get her psych meds, and that's why she's trying to figure out. Yeah, she acts like things can't change. Did you see the skit yesterday where she's threatening Aman and telling him basically, you belong to me? And she did the same thing with Anthony. You belong to me. You're not going anywhere. We don't own people. But in Shayla's mind, she does. And I think someone mentioned it yesterday. Ms. B in the bushes watching. Yes, she is. Someone mentioned yesterday about, what was it? I'll think of it, but it had to do with Shayla. Like how she'll get somebody and she clings to them. She did Arby the same way until she was done. Then she dumped Arby. She did it to Mike. She dumped Mike. Then she sits him on the shelf. She didn't want Arby to go anywhere. She didn't want Mike to go anywhere. She wanted to fight with Jasmine. She's that Shayla. She thinks that you belong to her. Miss B, don't get bit in those bushes, girl. Be careful. Be careful, Miss B. She's laying down. She's a doll. Tamara. Tamara is going to kick Lauren in the face, Alexis says. Alexis, you're funny. You want her to fight? She might. Yeah, Miss B over there chilling, nature. She chillaxing. She over there chilling. Miss B says she be in the bushes sometime. Okay, if you're in the bushes, please hit the like button. It's all good. We don't bite. We just chill out over here, and we just kind of kick it for the most part. I'm one for chilling. So until I'm not chilling, because these skits are gonna start getting to us again pretty soon. And Gwen is laughing with Dolly. Michelle Barnes, what's up? Michelle says that's what has confused her. What has her confused? He said all these things, and she can't believe he just lied to her about everything. Guys do that, Shayla. Anthony lied to you too, Shayla. People lie. But you can't force him to stay. He's not going to stay. And then, what do you guys think Shayla would do? Now we see how Delicia didn't really even push a sweat. Because honestly, I still don't think Delicia wants to be a main chick. I think she likes being in the safe zone, the side chick zone, collecting her $15K from Amon, who offered it to Delicia. But when she found out about the baby, and that lady, I'm going to say it one more time, that lady, woman number 3, Brina, that lady was pregnant back then. And I did do a short on it, and you could see her belly because I did it from profile. And I'm pretty sure that's probably the baby's mom. I mean, why else would she have been on the skits twice, But Delicia didn't really balk about it. It just okay, But she knows how ball players are and groupies because she hangs out with them. And if he had told Shayla that there was a baby, do you guys think Shayla would have left him for that reason? Or would she have just blown a gasket and still stayed with Amon? I personally think she would have blown a gasket but still stayed. But I don't think that baby would have chased her away. But he did tell Delicia because he knew he could smooth it over with Delicia. Delicia's like, fine, whatever, But she's been out there with the players, so I guess she probably knows what to expect. And you guys know she did date a real basketball player, right? In real life. I forgot his name. Michelle Barnes says that's what has her confused. Yeah. And she, we expect people to keep their word, but Shayla, baby girl, you're a groupie. You're a groupie, Shayla. Like it or not, you're a girlfriend of a ball player or a singer. In your case, and in Delicia's case, before Delicia got the priority number 1 status, Shayla, you started out being a groupie. Both of you guys were groupies. She was a groupie. Those guys, they don't just pick you and keep you. And don't forget, I married a sports player, a ball player. So I know how they roll, except I didn't have that problem. But you're a groupie until you're not. And Shayla doesn't know anything about ball players, She wanted him to be remember she said she wanted him to be a businessman like Anthony? Remember that time where she was talking like she made Amon? Remember that when he first got the suits? You didn't make him, Shay Shay. You didn't make Amon. He was already a made man. But yeah, they were groupies. He, hang out for a good time, not for a long time. And then he got used to them and started hanging around more and more. And now we are where we are. Michelle Barnes says that's what has her confused. Yeah, all the things he said. And then, and notice, remember how we used to talk about how well he knew the women? How well he knew what Shayla wanted and what triggered Shayla? And the same for Delicia. He studied them. He studied and he realized Delicia was better for him. But if we're being honest, she's a better fit. I mean, she already knows how the game rolls. You know, she styled LeBron and all this kind of stuff. And if you go to her IG page, you'll see that she really is a stylist and she's very well connected. But that's her real life part. But you'll see that. Ms. B, known you be reading so calmly. Me? I'm not calm. Girl, I'm as wired as you can get. Bree, you got jokes. Are you talking about me, Bree? I'm trying, though. I'm trying. I tried it because I want to get through everybody's comments. So, Shayla was trying to be in the run for basketball wives. Yeah, nature, exactly. Wayne and Tamara were flirting with their eyes. They do it all the time because they still like each other. But if I was her, I'd leave him alone. Make him hurt for a while. Because, and again, this is the character Wayne, right? Not real Wayne. Make his little behind suffer. You just can't keep messing around with these women, breaking their hearts and just move on. It's kind of like what Shayla does. You break your heart and move on. But when she's with somebody she wants, she doesn't want to let them do that. No, you got to stay until I tell you you can go. So if you look at Wayne and Shayla, and when Wayne called her a savage, they kind of both are. They're kind of alike in that regard. Yeah. No, you'd be reading so calmly. I don't, Bree. I'd be like amped up to like a 7. Shayla wanted to be a wag of a pro ball, wife of a pro baller. And then nature, oh Lord, they would be fighting all the time with her. She can't control herself. She'd be on one. Because when I tell you those women are about trying to get them a ball player, they are. They are. And you gotta like look at Shaq's wife. She told him, if you cheat on me, I'm gonna leave you. What Shaq do? What'd he do? And now he's still crying about his wife, post Shaq. Shayla is confused because Shayla has mental illness. She does, Layla. That character is portrayed as having a mental illness. She knows what she knows until she decides she doesn't want to know it anymore. So well stated, better than I've ever put it. When she decides she doesn't want it anymore, she's cool. Then everything is everything. Time to move on to the next thing. But I do want to see her. You want to see her get her medicine, right? I mean, I don't want to see anybody crazy, and I sure don't want to see her hurt a bond. She might run him over with her car or something. I'm sorry. Give me just a minute. Let's see, what is this? I don't know what that is, but is there a skit on with Lauren and Delicia? Is there a Lauren and Delicia skit on, or did one come on within the last, say, hour or so? Does anybody know? But yeah, Layla, exactly. That's Shayla. She's confused until she's not. Hi, Antoinette. Good evening. How was well, I don't really care, but I was gonna say how was moderator night, but I don't really care. Oops. Did I say that? Dolly, facts. Shayla would be screaming, he's my man. I saw him first. Mm-hmm. Like she fell in love with Anthony as soon as she met him. Started dreaming about the man. Not your man, Shayla. Shayla said, yes, it is. Anyway, hey, Sunshine. So yes, what are those? Is that for a question I had asked? You know, I made like 10 minutes ago. Loyal Diva says Amber told Shayla that she would never marry an upper class. Exactly. In the upper class because she's a bottom feeder. I believe that's in Shayla's mind when it comes to Amon. Think so? Because he's a bottom feeder too, right? Amon's a bottom feeder. He might as well be. Mm-hmm. And you think that's why they belong together, Loyal Diva? Is that what you mean? Because Amon's a bottom feeder. Mm-hmm. And Dolly says nature. Shayla would be all on the table like the basketball wives used to do on their show. Oh my God, you guys are terrible. You guys are bad. You think she's going to go after Anthony? You think Shayla's going to go after Anthony? Or she's not going to do that again? He's just going to do what she told him to do and pay her bills, because he's going to pay her bills. Like Amber said, she told Anthony. Shayla said she wanted a man to take care of her for the rest of her life. And she was telling Anthony, that's you. And so what are we looking at now? You better get ready for Kai's super duper, second year birthday party, and make sure you pay that rent, Anthony. No, Shayla don't care what they're talking about. Shayla doesn't care what Anthony's talking about. She doesn't care what Amon's talking about. But see, she can make Anthony do it, but she can't make Amon do it. And that's what's going to crash Shayla out. She got in her car just as calm yesterday after threatening that man, and she just drove off. No hollering, no screaming. If you look at the video, the skit, she didn't holler. She didn't scream. She just laid out her facts to him. You're going to do what I say. Cray cray. When Lauren threatened to expose Amon and Delicia, oh, that's what it is? Well, all Delicia has to do is say, okay, I'm going to expose you. I'm going to tell Dan where you are. But she didn't do it, did she? All she has to do is mention Dan, and Lauren's going to say, well, I'm not worried about Dan. Well, you ought to be, because he's on your behind. He's ready to get you, sweetie. Yes, when Lauren threatens to expose Delicia and Amon. I need to do a skit review tonight, but I kind of want to, I don't know which one I want to do, because I didn't have any favorite skits today. And I don't have to, but I kind of want to. I'm not sure which one I would pick, though. There was a Lauren and Delicia skit where Lauren threatened Delicia. Okay. I think that's the one that is on my phone. Yes, Lauren was telling Delicia that she was going to humble Shayla by telling her about, Amon. Well, we kind of figured that was coming, right? About Amon and Delicia. Kind of figured that was coming, but Lauren needs to be careful because, honey, Tamara's got Dan on speed dial. Lauren, how many of you guys think she might tell? You think she might tell, Lauren? You think she might bust them out? And knowing that it's going to ruin Delicia's income for like a long time, because Delicia's not going to have a brand. Like, her stuff's not going to be worth anything if this gets out on the street, right? So if Lauren does that, I'd make damn sure Dan knows where she was. And Dan knows where Delicia lives. Well, not really hood, but yeah, rough side. But that's old. Years past. Shayla told Amon that she will be the last woman that he hurts. I really don't know what that means. Girl, I do. It means she's going to try to hurt him, I think. I think so, Loyal. She's going to do something. And I'm wondering, I mean, do you think Shayla would have been foreshadowing enough to like make tapes or something or anything like that? Do you think she would have been thinking that way? No. I mean, it popped in my head, but I don't think so. But I don't think she's going to do anything to him because she said they're going to stay together. If you look at that in a gory light, that kind of means where you go, I go. So if she unalives him, she's going to unalive herself too. I know that's a stretch, but think about it. You'll see Shayla, the character Shayla on an episode of Snapped. Shayla couldn't control her temper long enough to play the part. That's true, Dolly. Boy, she would have lost it about a baby. Woo. Didn't they have a series called Basketball Wives? Did they, Gwen? They probably did. Probably. I wouldn't be surprised. She had plans to get pregnant, and that's not going to work because he doesn't want to be intimate with her, and he told her. I mean, and honestly, we were complaining, like the first couple of times he didn't tell her straight out. This time, yesterday, he was straight. You could not, you couldn't dodge that. It was right smack in your face. He said, I don't want to be intimate with you. Don't want to be with you. I don't want you. I was like, dang, he is serious. He wanted her to understand. And at the end, she just, oh yeah, you're going to do it, basically. You're going to do what I tell you to do. And she gets in her car and she just drives off. Just as calm. Diamond says, hi, Nonya. And all, better late than never. Yeah, I'm glad you're here, Diamond. I can't believe Lauren threatened Alicia tonight, her only friend. Wow. I believe it. But what's she threatening her for? Does she think Delicia's going to tell on her? I mean, why is Lauren threatening Delicia? What happened? Like, to trigger that? I mean, I'm going to look at it later, after the live is over. But, yeah, she had plans to do that. Lauren's character, I meant, and her get back at the women. Yeah. Yeah, no, I got it. Non-nature. I picked up on the Mean Girls. Dolly, I don't know. He does need to go away. He needs to go start over with Brina, baby mama number 3 or something. Nature, just like the main character on the Mean Girls. Yeah. Lauren's not loyal. No, Lauren's loyal to Lauren. And that's it. Dolly, it's coming to life through her. Delicia is right there with her. You remember how they stood together on the steps while Amber, Shayla, and Tamara were together on the side? Mm-hmm. So why is she threatening? Because Delicia keeps telling her to leave Wayne alone? What's Lauren's problem? Why is she saying all that? Like, what's up with that? Hi, Diamond. Gwen says hi, Diamond. Right. She basically told her she hasn't been a friend to her. Lauren is one selfish heifer. Dolly, I said heifer. Dolly. Me and Dolly laugh at that word because it's such an old-fashioned word. Not a bad word. It's just old. Delicia wants to get Shayla for how she's acting towards her. What? Delicia, you really need to go sit down before they get you. The 2 little messy ones from Miami throwing more sand in it, huh? They came to Atlanta, took 2 Atlanta men away, and now they just causing a dust storm all over the place. Hey, Diamond, right. She basically told her she hasn't been her friend. Oh, I'm sorry. Delicia wants to get Shayla for how she's acting. Because Delicia got her little feelings hurt, so she wants to get Shayla? Because she got her feelings hurt? Jeez. Wow. Now that's petty. Because she was because she was to tell Shayla to shut her up. She'll make Shayla whoop her behind. And we say Shayla can't fight. When it comes to Amon, I bet you she's probably whooped Alicia's behind. When it comes to Amon, Shayla, you might want, Alicia, you might want to leave Shayla alone right now. Messing her with, talking about Amon. I don't think Shayla wants to hear that. I meant Lauren. Oh, Lauren wants to get Shayla. Okay, got it. But it will expose Delicia. Okay, I thought you meant Delicia wanted to get Shayla. It's like, okay, but why, But even though I could still see that too. It will expose Delicia and Amon. Thank you, Nature. And she wants to set Shayla straight. But the crazy part is that Delicia knows Shayla has mental problems. She's one of the people who knows. None you have for too nice. I'm being nice. I'm being nice, Dolly. Amber will be the one in the middle, torn between the other two girls. Not heifer. Yeah, I said heifer, for lack of a nicer word. Nonya, I was talking about Dre. Dre talking to Shara and going to Louisiana with her and Brooke. Dre? What? I thought Shani was on there. Isn't that the show that Shaq produced for Shani? Isn't that the one? Basketball Wives? Wasn't that Shani's show? Mm-hmm. There was a series of Basketball Wives with Shani O'Neal, Jackie Christie, Evelyn Lozado, Jennifer Williams, and some others. I think that was Shani's show. And I think Shaq put the money up for it because he still loves her. He said he'll do anything for her. Because she wants to tell Shayla to shut her up. You're not going to. And so how come Delicia all of a sudden doesn't remember Shayla's got mental issues? Writers, you guys slipping over there? Are you slipping? Did Delicia forget she's got mental issues? Because Delicia knows. I meant Lauren. Okay. Lauren claims she wants to humble Shayla by spilling the tea. Lauren gonna get her behind whooped because I think this is one time she would get a beat down by Shayla. We say Shayla can't fight, but we really don't know, do we? Dre? Ugh. Oh, maybe Larry will find out Dre's going. Nah, that's too easy. I don't like that guy. I don't like him for Shara. Lauren threatened to tell Shayla Delicia's business about Amon and telling Delicia she needs to choose friends by dropping Shayla. Delicia received it as a threat. I'd say it was a threat. Not heifer, Nonya. Yeah, heifer. Amber will be the one in the middle, torn between the other two girls. I think she's gonna be with. If I were to choose, I'd say she'd be with on the side wherever Tamara is, and Shayla. Honestly, yeah, I do, because I don't see her standing with Delicia. Lauren. Lauren has been waiting to tell Delicia's business. Yes, she has. That was too nice. Lauren said the reason she wants to tell is to humble Shayla. Good luck with that. Shayla doesn't get embarrassed. So what you gonna do when you come for Shayla? You really think you're gonna humble her? You think you're gonna embarrass her? Shayla doesn't get embarrassed. It slides right off of her snakeskin suit. So we have Lauren and Delicia, and we have Tamara and Shayla. Amber is the odd woman out, torn in the middle. I don't know. Yeah. She is the odd woman out, Keisha B. She is. But I see Amber trying to be peacemaker. And I noticed Lauren never says anything jacked up to Amber either. I noticed that. She probably try to stay in the middle. I don't know. But I don't see her siding with Lauren because she knows what Wayne is doing to Tamara. Now that's one thing Amber does know, is that Wayne is putting Tamara through hell on purpose. See, Lauren and Amon had already been arguing at Delicia's apartment. They weren't seeing eye to eye, but then squashed it. Now, was that today or when they had that argument when she went outside to get information or assistance from Amon? Is it that day you mean? Or did something happen today? Oh, did it happen today because Delicia didn't talk to Shayla? Is that what happened? Lauren is being messy. Dolly's very messy. Lauren is willing to burn the only bridge she has left with Delicia. She doesn't care, just like she doesn't care about Dan. She doesn't believe fat meat is greasy. And if she does, she's not worried about it. And that's a problem for a person like Lauren. I don't know, I'm not a therapist, but what do you call a person that's like Lauren, who has no empathy, no care, she's just stoic and cold. And she can put on a front when she needs to, like she does with Wayne. If it gets too messy, I can see Amber backing out of it. Dave is not going to want Amber coming home stressed. That's very true, Nature. He's not going to like it. Yeah, that's the one. Yeah, that was Shani's show. And that poor, now, I won't say that poor man, but she warned him. Shani warned Shaq, if you ever cheat on me, I will leave you. And that's just what she did when she found out. She never looked back. Yep, sure did. Shar knows good and dang well Brooke doesn't want to go on a road trip with that man. Miss B says, Morgan told Delicia that Lauren is not her friend. That's right, she did tell her. Also, she wants Candace to sign the NDA. They better get Lauren to sign one. Good luck with that, Miss B, right? Good luck with that one. Lauren ain't signing nothing. But that's going to be, and I'm still trying to figure out, Miss B, how does Morgan think she's going to force Candace to sign an NDA? How's that supposed to work? She's even done with the project. She's like out of the mix now. So I'm curious to see what Morgan's got up her sleeve. Dre needs to get somewhere and leave Shar alone. Larry, come knock him out. Come knock him out. Yeah, it was Shani O'Neill Henderson, show produced by her and Shaq. Please join me, Nonya sis. I'm Nonya, 9:15 Pacific time, a.m. for tea with me, and then 12 Eastern, 11 Central time. And then wind down is 7 p.m. Pacific time, 10 p.m. Eastern time, and 9 p.m. CST. Try saying that fast. Doesn't work. Lauren testing Delicia's loyalty about Tamara also is risking her friendship with Delicia. Is Lauren jealous? Yeah, she's jealous of Tamara. Yeah, she is. She is. Because, when you look at Tamara, you see this, you kind of see this, for lack of a better, not holisticness, but this kind of a clean spirit maybe, or not clean, but you know what I mean, like a good girl image. And some women don't like that because they don't have it. They don't have that in their baby finger. And they want to be that way. She wants Wayne. And maybe, just maybe, Lauren knows that maybe Lauren thinks Wayne might still like Tamara, because Lauren's no dummy. She can read the tea leaves. And yesterday she was standing there watching when he was talking to Tamara, and then he went to hold her hand or whatever they were doing. And he was holding her hand so long and so hard, she had to take her hand back because he was hurting her finger. Lauren was watching. She was watching that whole interaction. So she's insecure about Tamara, is my take. Lauren is testing her loyalty, yeah. I don't like Amber protecting Tamara when she is fake. Me either. I don't either, Dom 10. I'm just saying what it is because, Amber. And I don't think I would call Amber stupid. I think that we forget that Amber is very spiritually active. And I think that the protector in Amber comes out. I don't think it's so much that she's her friend, but I just think that Amber's a protector. She doesn't protect herself well sometimes, and that infuriates me. But I think that Tamara is going to learn one way or another that Shayla's not her friend. I mean, Shayla is her friend, she thinks, because she thinks that putting this negative energy battery pack on Tamara is what Tamara needs. But does Tamara really need that? Because Tamara's already charged up on her own. Tamara can hold her own. But Shayla doesn't feel like it because I think Shayla sees what Wayne thinks he sees, which is a soft young woman. Tamara's not really that soft. I mean, I'm just saying what I see, She's not as soft as people think she is. Thank you for the 71 likes. Can we get 50 of the 51, please? That would be very kind of you. I'd appreciate it very much. And would you guys mind starting to just play some of the lives if you're vacuuming or cleaning up or something? Just don't turn it on mute, because if you turn it on mute, the system thinks you're a bot. Because I'm going to apply September 1st. So this is my month to make sure all my hours are in, and I'm sure they are, but I just want to make sure. And if if you're running something and you see any video, please let me know. Okay? I mean, if you find time. If you don't find time, it's okay. But I think I'll be okay. But still, I'm not doing it again, because I mean, there's nothing else for me to do. I've done everything that these people put in their new rules, because the only reason I got turned down the first time was because I had another channel intertwined with my channel. I forgot I had that thing. I got it way back in 2021, maybe. I mean, I didn't even use it. I would just get on here and say, YouTube stuff. Look up, how do I do this and that, But somehow I got them intertwined. It was in the past when Lauren and Amon got into it. Not today. When they were on the porch and they got into it, I remember that. Keisha B says it baffles me how Delicia doesn't see she is the problem. She don't want to. I mean, they're so full of themselves. I wish Amber would stop being around them. Tamara is not a good friend. No, she's not, Clara. I think she feels sorry for her because she knows how Wayne is. I mean, and that's not really Amber's business, but that's who Amber is. She's just like she used to protect Shayla. She used to want to protect Shayla like a little sister. Look what that got you, Amber. Right? She still wants to protect Tamara, but this time against Wayne. Yeah. So, Tamara, because Lauren's probably jealous of Tamara because Wayne keeps reminding Lauren that they are not in a relationship, but he kept calling Tamara his wife. Yeah, her insecurities are definitely showing. Aunt Alicia just told Lauren that Tamara contacted Dan and knows Dan. What? Was she just trying to scare her? Or did she really do it? I need all of them. Hi, Stephanie Martin. Girl, you're supposed to be asleep. What's happening, Buttercup? Hi, Stephanie. I hope you were able to eat today, Steph. I hope you're doing okay, my dear. Stephanie said, I need all of them. Keisha says, yeah, it baffles me too. Delicia doesn't think that she's like Shayla or Lauren. And then think about it. Shayla doesn't think that she's a bad person. Shayla thinks that she's Miss Know-It-All and everything she says is the right way to do things. Shayla's just as screwed up in the head as she can be. Like literally. Her mind is all twisted, but she does have a condition. And she believes herself when she says these things, and she's very convincing. And she's good at leading people to do what she wants, right? But I think that's Shayla, and that's her mental drawback. I think so. But yeah. I wish Amber would just go to her new house and call it a day. You can't hear me, Ruth? Can you guys hear me? Oh, wow. I didn't know my mic was that low. You guys didn't tell me my mic was that low? I'm sorry, Ruth. And I know I've been talking a long time, huh? I'm sorry, doll. Did the writers forget that? No, I think I asked that question today also, Dom, about Amanda. But I think that Amanda is about Amanda. She's not tripping on Amber. But we've seen that like over the, just the time. Like, that's just Amanda being Amanda. Yeah, I asked the same question. Where's Amanda? Is that better, Ruth? I'm sorry. And let's see. No, I think they're just showing that Amanda is about Amanda. Plus, Amanda might be over there with Robert still, also. Gwen agreed Lauren isn't getting the wife treatment that he gave to Mira. Yeah, remember when they were the handmaids in waiting? Is that what we call them? Handmaids in waiting? And she wanted that same treatment, but she didn't get it. But you know what? She agreed to what she's doing. If we think back, not at Amon's house, but in Shayla's backyard, or whose backyard was that? PRE's or Shayla's? Like on the side of the apartment. And she told Wayne she would be his ride or die, which basically means I'm up for the game. That's what she told Wayne. And that's what Wayne is going on. When she says she's his ride or die, it means she'll put up basically with anything. She's gonna roll with Wayne, whatever he does. And remember, Rolanda tried to tell Delicia, don't be any man's ride or die, because this is what you get when you're a ride or die. You just get messed over. Remember that conversation with Rolanda and Delicia? And then Lauren telling Wayne she'll be his ride or die. She wants money. He wants time. She's game. She's down for that game. And that's what Lauren told Wayne. And that's what Wayne is standing on. And Delicia told, Lauren told Delicia, I got this. I can handle Wayne. Really? She's in her feelings now about Wayne and Tamara. So you don't have this, Lauren. You fooled yourself. She fooled herself. Diamond, so Wayne is still holding on to Tamara, and Lauren knows this with calling Tamara a wife. Interesting. Wayne in the middle of these women. That's right. That's exactly right. And let's see. You say I saw something that said Miss B is right. Yeah, Candace not going to sign anything, and they can forget it. Not sure, because I don't think Attorney Bianca will let her sign one. No, Bianca's not going to let her sign one, Miss B. Nope. I mean, and honestly, what I'm still not sure. Yeah, Diamond, Tamara is a natural beauty. What it is that Bianca thinks she's gonna do to convince Lauren or Candace to sign an NDA. But I guess we'll find out in the morning, right? She didn't work with Alicia. She got the information from TV. Oh, that's interesting. Lauren has been loyal to Delicia, especially when they first started the skits. She had her back. She was there for Delicia. That's true. When she first came on, and then down right, she doesn't. When they were in, you know, between Delicia and Lauren, who do you think's more of the friend to the other? I think Lauren will get what Lauren can get. And I think Delicia kind of I kind of get the impression Delicia might be more of a friend. I definitely could be wrong, but it's like Lauren cares about what Lauren wants. That's all she thinks about. She's not trying to protect Delicia, right? I mean, who's the better friend? Anyway, thank you, Angela Atkinson. Love you, Buttercups. Ms. B, I agree. It was on TV. Now Lauren is not going to trust Alicia because she just told her about Tamara knowing Dan and talking to him. And I wonder why she went on the trip with Tamara. Because she wants to connect her to Jarvis. That way, so if you look at Delicia as a matchmaker, right? Delicia is going to get something out of the deal. Kind of like a recruiter, not maybe even a groomer. If you think about when she was teaching Tamara how to smoke. Now with Zeus and Damien, she never learned how to smoke and all that. But with Delicia's teaching her all these little bad girl habits. Teaching Tamara. So Delicia is gonna get something out of it. She's not doing it for free. Plus, she wants to keep Tamara from telling on Lauren. So that's why Delicia started trying to be Tamara's friend in the first place to keep her quiet about Lauren. That's why she really stepped up and tried to befriend Tamara. And now it's backfiring on her. Amber needs to remember how Shayla did her. Yeah, we don't like it. I mean, Amber wasted her wisdom talking to fake pot. But Tamara's going to learn. I think she's going to bump her head and learn. She's going to bump her head. Time for Delicia to have a talk with Abigail. Abigail will redirect Delicia on the right path. And it's like Delicia seems to move like a willow. She'll go this way and she'll be okay. Then she'll go back the other way. It's like she just keeps blowing in the wind. Remember that song, Blowing in the Wind? Yeah, she tried to do it with Delicia in Africa. Everyone knows that Shayla gives advice to the wind to wind up backfiring. The three of them, none of them have a man left. Could we see the African men coming to Atlanta? Too, especially for Lauren. They're connected to those men. I'm sorry, they con those men to buy Delicia a new wardrobe and telling lies about the lost suitcase. They could. And then Nature says, Diamond, I agree. He knows that Tamara is the type for him to keep and treasure. He knows when he's done with the streets, he'll probably choose her. And maybe he doesn't know how to tell her to ask her to wait. Because somebody else is going to get Tamara. And I hope it's King. Eat your heart out, Wayne. Eat your heart out, Wayne. Because King's coming for your girl. I do believe. Dom, yes, she is in Delicia's crew. Who's in Delicia's crew? Remember how they all came walking into the restaurant for the grand opening? Yeah. Abigail, Delicia, and Lauren. Shayla said to Lauren, why are you shaking my hand? Oh my gosh. Too much, too much, too much. Delicia is playing both sides between Lauren and Tamara. Yeah. Because she wants to be the winner on both sides. Hi, Tina Stoker. Just stopped by to say hello. Hi, Tina. And Stephanie, I'm going to bed. My eyes are tired. And let's see, Nature says, Dolly, Delicia was trying to get Tamara distracted from focusing on Wayne and Lauren. Just don't put a battery in that girl's back because she's going to go off tomorrow. Let Tamara alone. Good night, Tina. Dave, if you're in the bushes, hurry back to Amber, please. We miss seeing you together. Hey, Dave. Hey, Dave. With Tamara being in, no, Jarvis. He's an old pimp, Nature. He's an old pimp. He's an old hustler, maybe. Okay, Angela, I'm going to get off too. T sitting and listening to Shayla is crazy. And I still don't understand why she... You too, Tina. Thanks. We're out of here too. Yes, Dave. Please come out of the bushes. Dave, we're calling you. Come on, Dave. You and Amber, come out of there. Anyway, let's cut it and call it a night. Everybody, it is 12:10 where you are, or 11:10. I'm going to bed. I'm going to find my husband wherever he's at and talk to him for a while, and I am going to sleep. So funny that he's something, Nature. And the reason I say that, if you think about his conversation, he made it sound like he had women. I mean, he didn't say it, but all conversation, hi, Denise, good night. All the conversation pointed to him having help on the island, which me and probably the majority of us would have thought it would be women, right? They get there. Good night, Miss B. Talk to you tomorrow. I'm going to say good night also. I just wanted to say this about Jarvis. So when they got there, they were all men helping them. But then he turned around and Delicia, that's right. That's what I'm talking about, Dolly. Delicia and Jarvis might pimp Tamara out. Good night, Nonya. Good night, everybody. So that's what I was talking about as far as Delicia and Tamara. Leave Tamara alone. She don't need to be with that old guy. He's too old for her. Anyway, thank you, everybody. Please hit the like button before you leave and have a great night. Yeah, no, Tamara's not like them. She's more like Amber. And I think that's why Amber is protecting her, to keep her, make sure she's safeguarded and stays true to herself. Good night, everybody. Thank you guys for listening to me talk. I'm exhausted. Ms. B, good night, and thank you for joining us today. We'll talk to you later. Thanks, Gwen, for everything you do, and all the rest of the moderators. Good night, everybody in the bushes. Guys, take care. Bye-bye.